right, guys, welcome to EKCC stream number two. I'm your host, Ben Whitaker, and we have Jacob here as our special guest for the second episode. Welcome you guys to the stream. I hope you guys enjoy some of the things that we're going to get to talk about, and I'm going to let Jacob talk about a little bit who he is and some different things about him.
All right, so hey, I'm Jacob. Basically, in March 12th of 2020, I came up with an idea to start an official community across Kentucky, well, Eastern Kentucky. I called it Eastern Kentucky Car Community. Um, basically, uh, I guess you could call me the creator of it, but yeah, I think that's all I can actually say.
So you were one of how many original people was there? Was there 10?
Originally, there was only 10.
10, yeah, that's what I thought. So I came in a little bit later. If you didn't get to watch our first episode of the podcast, and I talked to Jacob a little bit more about the podcast, and we decided that we were going to branch it out to the YouTube and to Spotify and things like that, just to give more ways of the podcast being out there. And plus, there was some limitations on how much I could really post in that one. So this is kind of our way of getting more content to you guys and be able to show a little bit more about who we are and what we are getting started here in Kentucky. So I told Jacob, I sent him some different points I'd like to talk about, and he read them over. And so we're going to get a little bit of a discussion going about some of those things. And the first thing that I really seen through some of the research and different things I was looking at is Ford has decided that they're no longer going to be continuing with the Shelby GT500 and the GT500R in 2021. And this was really one of the biggest things that really stood out to me personally, and the fact that they're also no longer going to be having a manual trans offered for any of their vehicles in 2021. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I saw this kind of coming from last year's perspective, and with the direction most cars are headed towards nowadays, a lot of car companies are headed toward electricity, Ford being one of them, Chevy being one of them. A lot of them are competing just to be able to compete with, like, Tesla models coming out now. Tesla is known as an American company as well because Elon Musk started the company in America. So a lot of companies have been transitioning to mostly electric, but in this case, a lot of car companies are also taking out the manual transmission completely, especially semi trucks and all that. They have stopped, a lot of them stopped making manual transmissions there and switching to mostly automatic. So I knew cars would be keeping up with it. Manual transmissions are going to be rare to find in the future. I knew this was going to happen. It was just a matter of when it was going to happen completely.
Right, yeah. And I haven't read too much about it, but I also seen where Dodge talks about with their new Hellcats that they've engineered a trans that is impossible for someone to be able to even change gears faster than their trans.
Yep.
And that really just blew me away. It was a 10-speed, is that right? Automatic?
New 10-speed autos.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And that's
what Ford and Chevy has been switching to. Dodge is headed that way too.
Yeah, it's crazy what it's coming down to be. I mean, it seems like 50, 60 years ago, or you were just not considered normal if you had an automatic trans, or that was like a luxury back then, really.
Automatics were very rare back then. Manuals were mostly what the direction was back then.
I'm pretty sure they were several $1,000s more to have an automatic trans back then.
It is now too for certain vehicles.
Yeah, yeah. And he kind of mentioned the market slowly going to the electric. And I was reading about GM kind of coming out with their version of the Tesla truck, and it's the Hummer EV. And this is the Tesla is really, I feel like, has started the electric movement and is really or they didn't really start it, but they've really kind of propelled it in a way that no other car company has really been able to do. and they've showed that there can be all this torque and this power coming from something that's charged with a battery. Uh, to me, that's insane to be able to produce this much power that say these, turbo diesels and even some of these gas engines are producing. You have anything to add to that?
Uh, well, after I knew a lot of electric stuff was going to be coming out soon, especially now that California has released that law in 2035. There will be no more gas engines on the market in California.
Now, is that law prohibiting people from driving older gas?
No, it's just prohibiting any sales of new ones.
Okay, I got you. Well, I was about to say that would be completely insane if they were to do something like that, because there's no way that the people would be able or would go along with that, especially people in the car community.
Yeah.
And I know we've talked a little bit about being able to, or with you having just a daily driver of a Prius. Um,
Yep.
we've talked a little bit about modding those cars, and really, they really just the way that you've seen, you can't really do much to those at all.
Well, for me to go out of my way and buy a performance chip for it was completely absurd at the time.
Right.
Should not have been done.
But you did.
I mean, it gets almost 57 miles per gallon right now. So
Heck yeah, that's what we like to hear. Prius is coming in strong,
definitely
showing up.
whenever I worked about 2 hours away.
Oh man, yeah, this is crazy what it's coming up to be. Me knowing that you are a Civic man and a Honda man,
Yep.
we have looked at a couple different things, and that the Civics pricings are rising, and are also it's not only American that is leaning away from the manual trans. It's also some of these JDM and some of these foreign companies that are doing this, and the Civics are in fact doing this as well. How do you feel about that?
Well, I read this on a forum the other day. The Civic Si is stopping production completely.
Really?
The Civic Si will no longer be an 11th gen. I'm pretty sure it'll come back for 12th or something. But 11th gen there's no Civic Si being released. So
That is insane.
here's my car. I mean, it's a 10th gen Civic, but like the new 11th gen Civic is coming out this year. So they are stopping production completely on the Civic Si. I'm pretty sure the only ones that are going to be released is the sedan and hatchback, because they're stopping production on the coupe as well.
Oh, okay.
So there'll be no more two-door Civics brand new.
I know how much you research your Civics. I guarantee you've already kind of looked at some prototypes on what the new ones are going to look like, and
Oh, I've seen the prototypes and I'm not impressed.
not at all.
No.
They, yeah, this market today. It's definitely not. It's appealing more to the go green people, but not to the ones that are wanting to drive down a drag strip going 150, 200 miles an hour.
Heck, I won't make it there, but I'll make sure to head along the way.
And back to some of more of the cars that we like, naturally aspirated or even turbocharged gas engines. I've seen where a supercar company called Shelby has nothing to do with the Ford Shelby or the original Shelby at all. They are slowly making a rise in popularity because they have recently reset the record that was originally set by Conan Sug and reached a top speed of 331 miles per hour. And they're American. They're one of I believe it's the second American made exotic, or not, I guess not exotic,
Yeah, it's
but
an American made.
one of these high performance, that's the word I was looking for, high performance cars that are other than the Ford GT, this is really the first one that is setting these records on the charts. And I was reading where they set a top speed of 331.15 miles per hour
Mhm.
and an average of 316.11. This is for me, it kind of seems like we are taking American muscle and we're setting the bar a lot higher, but at the same time, we're making it more difficult for the common enthusiasts to be able to own one of these cars by increasing the prices, increasing the performance of these cars.
Um, all I can say about that is this. I mean, the purpose of the record set by Conan Sug was so that, exotic cars could have, the highest top speed. People would look forward to exotic cars. Like, kids growing up that become car enthusiasts mostly, they know more Lamborghinis, they know more Ferraris, they know more about the Maseratis. And for kids that like play for Need for Speed or something, they know Conan Sug. And Conan Sug setting that record gave it major promotional stuff. A lot more people that had the money for it went and bought Conan Segs. I mean, the 1-1 was a great car for a long time,
Right.
and it still is. It's still a great car to see, and like it's rare to see nowadays.
Especially us being American, we don't really get to see a lot of these high performance cars because they cost so much not only to buy one, in foreign countries, but also the price for them to get those vehicles in America is absurd. I mean, it's the same way with our American mades to Europeans. I mean, you go over there and if you drive a Ford, GT, it's like considered, a specialty item over there because you just don't see much of this cross country trade of these vehicles.
I mean, nowadays, now that Shelby has actually been able to set the bar a lot higher, in which now has the world record for the top speed, I mean, I'm guessing we can see a lot more of the American company Shelby more. They don't make a lot, but I'm expecting them to start actually doing more production for people like, don't have the money for all these exotic supercars and everything. But like for American stuff, I think the only supercars we technically have is the Ford GT and the Corvette ZR1, which the ZR1 wasn't even considered a supercar till the C7 generation.
Right. And now the Shelby car, because the Shelby company is all American as well. They're based out of oh crap, I can't remember where they're based out of now. So really, that's only Shelby, or is the I don't believe the Hellcat. It's not considered a supercar, is it?
The Hellcat is more considered of a like high performance muscle car,
Yeah.
just because it keeps the boxy style, and it has the American V8, which with just a supercharger.
Right.
But for Dodge, they go out of their way on any car, the Charger, the Hellcat Charger, the Durango. I mean,
And for
Dodge
you,
always went out of their way.
and for years, exhaust sound wise, the Mustang had the top bar. They own, the sound of the muscle car. And now it just seems like Dodge is just absolutely blowing them out of the market in that standpoint. We have a couple of friends that drive new Scat Packs and new Hellcats in even our community, and just the way that they sound is absolutely unbelievable compared to some of these other cars like the Camaro and the Mustang. I think you can agree with that.
I mean, I know BMW that'll show at the Gap anytime if they want it.
For sure. But yeah, I mean, but then again, American Muscle.
Yeah.
You
I mean, you know me, I like my imports. I like my imports how they are,
you do.
especially
That's
with this weekend.
and that's why I thought, yeah, with you going to Import Alliance, I think I mentioned that in the last one that a bunch of people are going to be going out to that and get to enjoy that show. It's going to be you, Ryan, Adam, and is it John that's going with you
Yep,
guys?
John's going with us now.
And so y'all have a pretty good little group. I'm sure you're going to take some videos of it and show out. And is anybody going to be, is there any kind of racing that's going to be done at that? Or
Yes, from what I checked, the gate tickets are I think $20 to race on the drag strip
is
for
that
just
going to
one
be
day. I
showing
think
up?
it's $40 for two.
Is the Adam and the Jacob going to be showing out in that event?
I haven't made a decision yet. I know Adam, we were talking about bringing the canopy with us, and at least setting up a booth for us to actually be able to go back to and work with. Um, the Civic can make an appearance. I'm not 100% sure yet, but if it's going to be the roll races that I think it is, I think the Civic will be making an appearance.
That is good to hear. I would love to see some videos that are going to be coming out from that and get to see you guys enjoy some of that racing. Moving on, I always want to hear people's opinions about EKCC and hear where people want to see us come, in the future, whether or not that's 5 minutes or 5 years or 10 years. I'm curious to see where do you inspire or want to see us going in the future from here.
I'd like to see it get a lot bigger. I mean, definitely back whenever the Facebook page originally got created in March, I definitely did not see about two. How many are we at now?
250, but I think
250.
yeah,
See, like I definitely did not expect that, and it's like, when is it? It's October.
October 20th, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, from going from March to October and adding on almost like 240 members. I mean, to me, that's pretty insane.
Yeah, and I was very impressed with it as well. I'm not too sure because I joined, was it late of May? Was that
I think
right?
it was April whenever we officially talked about it.
Oh, it was? Okay. So I'm not sure how many members exactly was in it whenever I first got introduced, but I know it was nowhere close to the amount that we have now.
Yeah,
And
now we have a pretty good group. I mean, a lot of people come out, a lot of people actually show up. It definitely is a lot different feel compared to groups in the past,
mhm.
especially groups in the past that I've been in. It's a completely different feel for this one.
Right. And I know we seen with the last cruise that we had, the group that we had come out, they might not have all been. I mean, I'll guarantee you, not 70 or 7, at least 75% of those people that came out were not in EKCC. They were just people that seen that we just had a group that was sitting there. We had a lot of nice cars that were coming out, and we just had a big community that just came out to join us and to see what exactly we had to offer in the Somerset community. And I feel like that was probably one of our best meets that we've ever had as
Oh,
a group. And I would love to see more uh, things like that and even bigger. I mean, I know we've talked a little bit as a group about maybe having some of these bigger um, events someday, like in Port Alliance and like some of these other things. I mean, I know we've kind of talked about that a little bit, and I would love to see that sometime in the future.
but I mean, other than that, there's a lot of events that happen. I know we recently talked about, me and a couple of the moderators also have been talking about adding on a trip every now and then, like an actual trip to different events, and
Right.
actually being able to like save up and being able to, get different places to stay at, going to these events, having enough money to actually get like group tickets, group events.
And we could do this even just through fundraising. Like I know AutoZone has already told us that we are welcome there, especially for the cruises and stuff like that. I would love to see us kind of work something out with them. Maybe even do like some of these, like a car wash or even something, that simple where we're not even just paying, or we don't, people don't even have to just come pay for what we do. They can, just come and donate to.
We also
For,
talked about a truck or treat once.
oh yeah, I have heard about that, and I
I
feel like
think I got one of the moderators actually doing that over in the Somerset area.
okay, so we are getting that put together.
Yeah.
So anybody that happens to be in the Somerset area that you might be watching this that would be a great opportunity for you guys to come out and see exactly who we are, and maybe meet some of the members, and maybe if you've got a build that you're working on, if you would be interested in maybe joining our group or even just helping us out, and that would be a great opportunity for you guys to come see us and see what we're about exactly. But I think we have covered a lot of the main points that we wanted to cover today, and I feel like we've had a pretty good topic of discussion, especially for the second episode, and we're getting something started here. We're all across all social media, and That's
You
really
want to
gonna.
talk about this little demon right here?
Oh yeah, let's see. Let's hear about what you've got going on
Uh,
with
well, right now it's sitting on a full bolt-on system, sitting on E30, so it's not a full E85 system yet. Um, the plan's on for a future, which now that I've got the money to do it, um, there's a bigger turbo coming in
Okay.
that I'm looking at. I'm looking at getting the new turbo for it, which it is a GTX 3071R Gen 2, straight from PRL Motorsports. And then brand new intercooler. Instead of going the small little one that I have now, I'm going 6-inch wide.
Oh, okay. So you're getting quite a big upgrade with that.
Yeah. And then other than that, I think I'm going full E after that.
So you're not full E right now.
No, I'm only half.
Oh, okay, I got you. So that will definitely give you a big boost whenever you get to be pushing
Yeah.
those higher boost levels, and that E will definitely help out a lot in some of your
Well, I'm only
horsepower.
sitting on like 25 pounds of boost right now.
I mean, only 25.
Only 25.
I mean, no, like 25. That's like nothing. Like that's like me kicking a stool. You know what I'm saying? That's no
I
power
mean, yeah, it's only set up for boost by gear right now.
at all. Oh man, well I'd love to see where we're going to end up seeing the Civic go, especially here in the near future with this with these upgrades.
Which there might be another car getting picked up in the next week.
That's that's coming soon.
That is definitely coming soon.
Well, I feel like I look forward to seeing what you're going to be coming up with here in the near future, and uh, what exact times you're going to be hitting on those drag strips, and
Oh, I'm
hopefully
looking to break 13.7. Come on now.
that'll be great. And I hope that maybe I'll be running them with
Hopefully, I can beat 13.8.
you. What is the what is a pretty good standard for a Civic time?
For the tensions, I think the world record on it right now is breaking tens.
Okay,
I
so it's
know PRL Motorsport, their Civic Si just broke tens.
oh wow, so that sets the bar for you to try to catch up to.
Well, they're also running a smaller turbocharger than I'm planning on getting.
Gotcha,
They're running the GTX 2860R.
gotcha. Well, you know me, I'm all about I don't know much about my turbos and my
Ain't
JD.
nothing wrong with that. I'm a little four-cylinder. I gotta have a turbo.
I'm all about cubic inch and power coming out naturally aspirated. Maybe a supercharger once in a while.
I've always been a turbo guy. You know my family. It's all been imports.
Well, I appreciate you, Jacob, for coming on and
Thank you for
sharing a
having
little bit more about who you are and a little bit more about what you bring to the table and some of your opinions you have on where we're going as a car community in Kentucky. And I guess I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. We will be having these posted every week, and I'm planning on having someone different from the group come on every week to give their little piece of the pie about what exactly we do as a group and how they feel about our group, and give a little bit more of some updates on some of the news about some of the cars uh, with the in the market today. So I thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks.